Hi, Mike here. You're watching Yukon Scout Restoration. This video is about the 152 Comanche engine final assembly, including exhaust manifold installation, pulleys, vent check valve, switch to spin-on filter, motor mount brackets, alternator. This is not a how-to video. It's a how I do video. I hope you like it. Let's get to work. If you want to help, please subscribe to Yukon Scout Restoration. It's free. Mike Morrow, over and out. I will now install the exhaust manifold. I just put these two pieces of threaded rod in there to facilitate holding the metal gasket. They go on dry. I will coat the 5 exhaust manifold bolts with never cease, starting with the center bolt. I always put engine bolts in by hand. I never use power tools or impacts to put engine bolts in. I prefer to feel what's going on. I'm torquing the exhaust manifold to 40 to 45 foot-pounds in increments. Final torque, 45 foot-pounds. Done. I will now install the 2 pulleys. I will put medium strength Loctite on the screws. These are 1/4-inch screws with Phillips heads, and I'm applying blue Loctite and tightening them up as tight as I can with a screwdriver. This is the crankcase vent. This is a T-fitting going to the intake manifold. This is a one-way check valve, which will go in here. Put a little bit of thread sealer on here. This check valve goes this way. Crankcase vent, hose, elbow, pipe nipple, one-way check valve, T, intake manifold vacuum. The vacuum here goes to the vacuum pump to assist the wipers, the vacuum wipers. This check valve is doing the same job as a modern PCV valve, positive crankcase vent. So that's done. This is the original oil filter, which I quite like. It's a good size, got a lot of flow, but I don't want to use it for the break-in because it has a bypass valve and not all of the oil gets filtered. So I'm going to change the filter head to a filter head with a spin-on filter just for the engine break-in. I will get a fine micron filter. This filter head has no bypass valve. Note that the top bolts will be too long for the different filter head. I'm torquing these bolts to 25 foot-pounds. I purchased 2 of these filters just for the break-in. The first filter I will put on for the cam break-in, the first 20 minutes of running the engine at 2500 RPM. Then I will take it off and cut it open and have a look and put the second filter on. Don't forget the spacer. The spacer goes like that with the bevel in. The bottom bolt goes here through the spacer. Each bolt gets 1 or 2 drops of oil. There's 1/2 inch bolt at the bottom and a 3/8 bolt above that. The other 2 bolts are in behind, just above the oil filter. They're not that easy to get at, but they're not that hard to get at either. Let's get them good and tight, and everything's good. Places like this, it really pays off to have a fine-tooth ratchet with a long handle. Motor mount bracket on the other side of the engine is slightly different. So it goes like this. The two bolts going into the front like the other side, but no spacer. And the second half-inch bolt goes up through here like that into the block. I'm installing the engine mounts, maybe temporary. May have to take them off when I go to install the engine, but I won't be installing this engine until next year. So I've decided to put everything on the engine now, so I know where it's at and where the bolts are and everything's in place. Same thing for the other side. A half-inch ratcheting wrench works really good on this bottom bolt on the motor mount. Can get a pretty good torque with that ratchet. The 3 bolts on each side that secure the motor mount have a star washer on the bolt and a nut and a lock washer. I'm just going to install these bolts loosely so I know where they are. So I previously experimented with the alternator, shimming behind the bracket here. It's probably going to be different on different scouts. So it's just a matter of experimenting, getting the right combination of shims in there so that all the pulleys line up with the alternator pulley. Just tighten these up to around 40 foot-pounds. So just snug that up for now. I may have to remove it when I install the engine. This is a rebuilt alternator. It's identical to the original alternator. It's just been rebuilt. I'm just going to snug it up for now. I may have to remove it when I install the engine. But I just want to make sure everything fits and lines up properly. That looks straight. We'll know better when the engine's running. This little bracket here is for the coil. It goes on the bottom of the intake manifold. 2 5/16 bolts. Be careful not to over tighten them. I'm still looking for a new distributor cap. I'm installing the coil mounting bracket.
In conclusion, that's it for now. I won't be installing this engine for at least 1 year. Before installing the engine, I will prime and pressurize the lubrication system and make sure that oil is going everywhere and that there are no leaks. My next video will be Holley 1904 carburetor rebuild. I hope you like it. If you want to help, please subscribe to Yukon Scout Restoration. It's free. Mike Morrow, over and out.